Hello, friends. Um, I am first. I did prep a little bit. I don't think I'd even told Kendra that I had done this, but I did. I like semi-prepped. It was only news. It's not that exciting. But I feel like it's always good to cover what we have going on. So, before we get to our main event, let's look at Scentsy news. All right, lots of stuff going on. Lots of stuff going on. Can everybody see that okay? Thumbs up. Thumbs up. We're good. Okay. So curated bundles. I'm not gonna like go through all of them. If you need to screenshot, I put it and it's all on one screen for you. But this is everything that's happening this month through the end of the month, plus our incentive, plus our join thing, which is awesome. I don't know if everybody caught. Usually when we do the free shooting star enhancement kit, it's only for people who earn 500, but they can also get it if they hit level 2 or 3 of the shooting star instead. Or not shooting star, sensational start instead. So if they miss the 500, they still have a chance to do it. They've never done that before, and I just think that's cool. So that's that. And then what we're really here for, is director Matthew. Matthew, I love this picture of you, just FYI. I really like went through all your photos. But Matthew just got back from director boot camp. He is raring and ready to go. If you really want somebody to talk you into going to SFR, I think after his SFR experience last year, he would be one of the number one people I would say to talk to. And he came back and kicked butt and said, I'm going to come back and be a director. And Matthew came back and is a director. And he is really good with parties and PRV, and he's got a whole presentation for you. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen because I don't matter, and I'm going to highlight him, and we're going to let him go. All you, buddy.
Perfect. Good evening, everybody. So I'm gonna be honest, I have a lot of neuroses, so I'm very transparent. I believe that's part of being authentic. So my topic hasn't changed. However, my presentation I started over 32 minutes ago. So if it's really, really bad, blame it on my neuroses and we'll move on. And if it's a really good presentation, then we'll just say, great. Okay. Um, so I love being a PRV rock star, superstar, a sensational star, whatever you want to call it. First of all, can everybody hear me? Sorry, I didn't check that first. Okay. I will also be the first to tell you guys that I only have really great PRV months when I choose to work my business. And there are a lot of months where I'm like, 500 sounds good. And I stop. So first, just analyze if you're not getting PRV, where is your focus? Is it on other things? Because that's okay. You don't always have to be 100% focused on Scentsy 24/7, 365. We all have lives, we have families, we have other stuff that just goes on, gets in the way, and that's cool. But just recognize that if you have a lower PRV month, don't blame yourself if you have a lot of stuff going on. Let yourself go through that and then move on and be a better month next month. I want to start with that. Okay. All right. So who's this guy? This picture was at Cincy Commons. I obviously fell in love with the jumbo life-size buddies, so I have a ton of those pictures. I haven't posted them on social media yet. But I joined September of 2019 with a $19 join special. So I missed out on the really cool insulated tote bag that all of you guys got in your full-size kit if you got that. I'm just saying I'm still a little jealous. But I got 19 testers, 5 catalogs, a mini warmer, and a bar. And I have turned it into a director team. Now, currently, this month, I am back down to superstar consultant, but that's okay because it's an ebb and flow roller coaster of being a leader. So even though I'm not a director right now, I still say that I'm the leader of Team Awesome Aromatics because that hasn't changed one bit. There's my contact information. It will be at the end again as well. So if you want to text me, if you want to reach out on me, there's my email, my Facebook, my business name, and my team name. Yeah, yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go way back to basics because I think that's where you got to start. And if you don't need the basics, I'm sorry, listen to it anyways. Um, I know Don would appreciate that. But this is straight from the workstation on 10 ways to get 200 PRV. They do Cincy curated bundles for us. That's a brand new thing for anybody that's not been in Cincy for a couple years or more. But we've been doing it as consultants for as long as I can remember, even before I was a consultant. So pick your favorite bars that have a theme together and name them and post them on social media. Send them out on a project broadcast. It's super, super easy. Six packs of, or six packs. Whoa, my brain. Each six pack is 30 PRV and you only need 7 to get 210, which gets you active, right? So you and 6 friends or 7 friends, or if you're like me and you buy $200 in Cincy a month just because you are addicted, um, that's also a reason why. Host your own party. I do a catch-all party every dawn. By the way, if I get really fast, just do some
Good.
kind of motion to slow me down.
You're good.
Host your own party. Every month I have a catch-all party. I actually do like Cincy in April, and this month it's emoji on the front and emoji on the back, and it's a rainbow. Last month it was shamrocks. But I just do a very basic catch-all, and 99% of my customers who aren't partying with somebody will just throw it into that party because they see it and it's colorful and it catches their attention because of the emojis. But I usually get my between 200 and 500 PRV through a catch-all party. Random customers, my aunt deciding she wants something, my neighbor deciding they want something. So always have your own party open. It's a great way to just collect orders. Oh, and that means you get the host rewards, which is how you can then turn around and spoil your customers in the future without spending money out of your own pocket. So big disclaimer. Remember, Cincy wants you to spend Cincy money on family, not family money on Cincy. Promote Cincy Club. I struggle with this one, not gonna lie to you guys. I would love to say that I have a ton of clubbers, but I have me and my mom. And it's like, I mean, it's 250 PRV, but that's just because I'm addicted to wax and I can't let go of always get my bars that I have probably 25 of, and I should just be like, oh, you're gone forever. But um, if you talk to 4 people to subscribe for the max benefits around 60 PRV, you're well over 200 PRV. And that's almost guaranteed unless they cancel it. You don't have to think about it. Every month you're going to have that roll in. And, I would say your goal should be, if you have a team and if you're shooting for leadership numbers, 500 PRV, that'll get you your standard numbers. If you're just looking to get active every month, then shoot for that 4 people with 60 PRV. They get that 10%. They get the half price item, which means they can get our whiff box for half price. And that honestly is one of the biggest selling points, which is right next, the next thing down there. It's only 25 PRV, so sell 8, you have 200. I'm a kind of a math guy. I like numbers, so um, I love to help my team find ways to break up everything. And all right, if you don't want to pay out of pocket to go to SFR, this is how much it's going to cost. This is how many months away we are. This is what you need to do in Cincy every month to pay for that without dipping into your pocket. Now, they don't always listen to me, but I do give them the information. Simple Cincy gifts. We have the realtor gifts. We have teacher appreciation gifts. We have like boss appreciation. There's simple little 3 packs and a mini warmer. There's all kinds of different bundles that you can do to just showcase an easy way. A lot of people don't buy 100% of the time because there's so much options, they don't know what to do. And all they want is someone to say, hey, do this. And and now that we can actually build a cart and share that link to that cart, it's been so much easier to like just have people. I'm like, hey, listen, if you like fruity smells, click this link, check out. You don't have to do anything else. And I had somebody go, that was the easiest thing in the world. Please do that all the time. They click the link, they hit checkout. In less than 10 minutes or less than 5 minutes, they were order submitted. Basket party, booking blitz, PWS link. These are all basics, guys. But when's the last time you did a booking blitz as on your own without anyone recommending it? When did you just say, hey, I want more parties, so I'm going to do a booking blitz and I'm going to get 10 people to see if they want to host a party? Has it been a while? So I challenge you, like, it's Monday. I challenge you by like this time tomorrow, so 9 o'clock tomorrow, just reach out to 10 people. You don't have to have them all say yes. Just reach out to 10 people by 9 p.m. tomorrow and say, hey, would you be interested in host a party? Chances are at least one of them will say yes. And there you go. You're on your way the second half of the month to getting active or more. Sharing your PWS, pretty basic. Local businesses. Guys, I get my hair cut once every 3 months because I don't have a whole lot. You see there, yeah, nice shiny. But I go in there and my stylist is constantly saying, I need more catalogs, I need more catalogs, I need more catalogs. So like at this point, I'm going in there on a weekly basis because she's going through catalogs so quickly. If they're able to, give them a warmer if you have one in from your stock, and give them some wax to actually warm in their establishment. People buy when they can smell it. Get it under their nose and they will buy it. So lawyers' offices, doctors' offices, dentists, you name it, the people that you go to on a weekly or monthly basis, just stop in and ask them. The worst they're going to do is say, sorry, we can't have that. My bank says they can't have anything like candlely plugged up. So I offered them wall fan diffusers with pods, and their branch manager approved it. So I took them like 5 different ones for all the offices and in the main area, and I just take them pods every now. And now they buy their own pods to use in the office. So I don't even give them free pods anymore. But they still have my wall fan diffusers. I use rewards, so I didn't pay anything for them. So if they never give them back to me, I'm not upset about it. If it helps someone, if they quit the bank and they take it home with them because it was in their office for the last 2 years, great. Now they have Scentsy. They'll always remember me and they'll keep ordering from me. So I don't really look to get that stuff back. If it's my only caveat on that is if it's around the holidays and they want something super cute and it's a seasonal warmer, I will go and replace that out after the season, because who wants to see, I mean, aside from my aunt who wants to see a snowman all year long, but and then obviously be your own best customer. When's the last time you went live while you were changing your wax, or took a picture while you were changing your wax and posted it on social media? Do you do that often? When's the last time you showed doing your laundry with our laundry products? Do you use our laundry products? If you use the products and you share that you use the products, you are about 93.2% more likely to get customers just from that interaction. And not saying, hey, go buy this, but guys, this stuff smells so good. I'm so glad that I found this fragrance. And that's it. Don't post a link. Don't say you can get it for this much money. Just share authentically that you are using it, keeping it simple. And people will say, well, where can I get that if it smells that good? Johnny Appleseed, I don't know why, but it doesn't remind me of Johnny Appleseed. It reminds me of Juicy Fruit Gum. And that's really weird. But people are like, wait, that smells like Juicy Fruit? And I'll be like, well, I think so. And so they want to try it. So I'll make them up some samples and ship it out to them. All right. Now, that's what the workstation says are easy ways to get 200 PRV. If you've been in the business a while or you've been successful with PRV, I think you'll agree that those all work. Here's what I like to do. Now, mind you, I have not done this yet because life got in the way, but I will say working your business is the key. So just do it, like Nike says. By the way, I promoted to director because I had a 14,000 PRV month last September myself. And all that was I was dormant for 9 months, almost 10 months. And I just said, hey, sorry, I dropped the ball on my business. Did you want some Scentsy? Hey, sorry, did you want to host a party? I know I haven't talked to you in a year, but hey, what's up? How your kids doing? Host a party for me. And they did. So people, your customers that you haven't reached out to or that haven't reached out to you, as I learned from Dawn, sometimes they'll wait. Sometimes your customers will wait for you. And if it's a year, you have a chance where they found somebody else, but 9 times out of 10, they just went back to Walmart and got the Walmart wax because you quit reaching out. You quit posting on social media. You didn't give them a new catalog. And so they're like, oh, well, I'm going to go back to the $2 bars that aren't as good, but at least it's something. All right. Oh, don't forget, outstanding customer service. Be the consultant or the rep or the business person that you would want to buy from. If you're doing something that reminds you of a bad consultant or a consultant that you didn't jive well with, maybe you should change that tactic, because you want to attract those that are like you and like-minded, and you want to attract those that want to be with you forever. And following up, you got the 113, you got the 222. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Dawn has a different system altogether, or a
It's close
modified
to
one.
it's like 111. I'm more
Okay.
111. The more touches you can get, the more you stay in their mind. Like you were just saying, uh about like reaching out to people who hadn't ordered in a while. People are busy, and if we don't stay in their mind by reaching out to them, they're doing what's convenient. Like he said, they'll go back to Walmart. The only reason they do that is because they're there shopping and they see it and they go, oh, I see it and I know I need it, right? Like how many times you walk to the store? Oh, I see it, I need it. And so follow up is you being there. Oh, I forgot, but since you've mentioned it, yes, I need it. And if you're not doing that, they're gonna dwindle off. But so I'm like, the more times you can contact them, even if it's not about Scentsy, the more times you talk to them, the better.
Absolutely. So I just learned today, through our little power hour this morning that we had. I've been sending out Happy Mail and not getting a return, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, screw them too. And Dawn's like, well, did you ask them if they got it? Did you ask them what they thought about it? Did you ask them if they liked it? I'm like, oh, I should do that. I should follow up on my follow up, because I
My
do
team
just
is
romance the
probably
corner of the
rolling their
room.
eyes
So,
like, oh, that's not a shocker. Dawn gave you a hard time about follow up.
um, so how many of y'all were at SFR last year? And if all of you were, sorry, you're going to listen to this again, but it's my all-time favorite thing. And I'm pretty sure the reason why they bumped it up from $10 to $13 is because I bought like 90 of them. But fragrance flowers. So I'm going to start there first because it's real simple. You guys have all seen it. A fragrance flower coloring party. You take a Sharpie or a permanent marker of some sorts, you color the edges of the leaves, you put it in the oil, and when the oil reaches that ink, it bleeds down and creates a beautiful, at first, um, colorful flower. It eventually fades to a cacao nasty color, but you know what? Whatever. Um, just make sure your customers know, because I always like to preface this. I don't like to get to the nitty gritty, but if they do color it, it does void the warranty. Um, so who's going to send back a flower after it's already used up anyways? I mean, none of my customers would do that, but it is a great thing. It's really pretty. It's really fun. And it's a great way to just, what are we at? $18 now for a fragrance flower. Say $18. I load them with um, like extras. So when they get to wherever we're doing it, I usually like to host it at a church or a community center, because I have so many people doing it that I don't know a single home that would hold them, that many people. But I find a place that's local that will let us use the space. I usually make a donation if it's a church or a nonprofit organization, because that's how they stay in business. But I will give them a bar. I'll give them a scent circle. I'll give them a ton of samples, because I don't spend money on Scentsy that I don't use. I do pay for my own Scentsy, but I don't pay for Scentsy that I give away. Um, but I have a gift bag and it's loaded of stuff, Scentsy stuff, non-Scentsy stuff. If it's like getting close to cold weather, I'll put like some hot tea stuff in there. Maybe a cute mug from the dollar store if I found a really good deal on them or something like that. But just get creative. Show them that you're more than just the Scentsy person, but you are the Scentsy person. Um, by giving them stuff that's not Scentsy related, it just shows that it's not all about the money for you. It's not about the sale. It's about the experience. Just make sure if you post it that you are following the whole compliance things about the 10%. Yeah, just don't post it then. Okay. What I am trying to do at the same time, and I've got a lot of interest in it, we just got to solid down a date, is the art of fragrance experience that you should have experienced at SFR combined with a fragrance flower coloring party. That's why I had them on the same page. I don't believe this is just for consultants. I don't know, we shouldn't be gatekeeping this or scent keeping this. We should be sharing this with everybody because I think it's a game changer on how wax works, how our noses work. So, art of fragrance. Nice little quote from Heidi. Fragrance connects us to our emotions, to our memories, and to each other. And I think it is absolutely amazing. By the way, this is from the Art of Fragrance workbook that we got at SFR. It's on the workstation for you to download and print. I just took screenshots from it. Our fragrances are complex. Our fragrances are personal. Our fragrances are long lasting, and our fragrances are safe. Those are the 4 things I want you to always remember no matter what you do in this business. I didn't put them in there because I want you to go look for it. But complex, personal, long lasting, and safe. There's a lot of science to it. They're long lasting because we do not warm them at a high temperature to where it all dissipates, right? That's why we're safe. All right, so real quick, this is where I changed everything like at 8:30. What is the olfactive fragrance family? It's the 9 different categories or families of fragrance that are used in anything that smells good. Fragrance, perfume, Scentsy wax. Now we've gone to 7 because we kind of combined some of them together. But you have, of those 9, you have 3 tops, 3 mids, 3 bases, right? So you've got your citrus, your green, and your ozonic. Ozonic, think of like your clean linen and your fresh. That's what the ozonic is. Your mid notes, floral, fruity, and spice. And your base notes, gourmand or bakery, musk, and woods. Guys, these are the 9 notes that make up, well, the 9 fragrance families for the olfactive that are in Luna. Okay, so this whole experience is breaking down the Luna scent. I didn't realize there were 9 different fragrance notes in Luna. That is crazy. It's such a simple fragrance to me, but just the fact that it's all there. So your top notes, let me move this out of the way. Okay. Top notes give a fragrance its initial impact. So when you first smell a wax and it just hits you in the face, that's your top note. It's what you smell first, and it's the notes that fade the fastest. So what you first smell is not what you're always going to smell. So make sure your customers know if they go, oh, flip the bar upside down, smell the bottom. Okay, your oils will settle in a similar fashion to top, mid, and base. So on the bottom of the wax bar is the base notes. Those are your lasting ones. Ooh, well, let's just go to all the way. So those are the base notes are the lasting ones that you're going to smell the longest, and typically it's the ones that smell the best, in my opinion. So if they flip the bar over, they smell the bottom of the bar. It's a much closer idea of what they're going to smell throughout their warming experience. So if I smell something that smells horrible at the top, I flip it over. If it still smells horrible, that's not for me, right? We all have wax that's not for us. If it's a light blue color or it smells like laundry, I am not going to, I'm going to kick it out the door. You guys can come get it from me if you love them. But your mid notes, it's a combination of the mid notes that you truly fall in love with. It's the heart of the fragrance. That's why they're in the middle, and they last the longest out of everything, or they last longer than most other notes. Okay. I gotta move. Sorry, y'all are in my way. All right. Not y'all. That was rude. Not y'all, but you know, the pictures. All right. So, Scentsy is the word scent, right? Oh, I gotta spoil this for y'all. Who's the director? So, have y'all been to boot
I think
camp?
there's only a couple on here that are.
Okay, so if you haven't been to boot camp, I just found out Scentsy is because it's scent and sexy mixed together. I did not know that, but okay, hell yeah, I love that. So sexy scents. Who would have thought that this company was all about sexy scents at first? But I guess. So they have a really cool acronym for describing the fragrances that you're smelling when you're doing the art of fragrance experience. S for smell. What's the first thing you smell? Don't think about what it looks like. Don't think about what it says. That's why the wax, when you're smelling it, it's colorless and has no title, no ingredients. You're just smelling it and giving your first gut reaction. Color. It's not the color of the actual wax, but it's what does that remind you of? When you smell it, what color do you think of? Like when you smell mandarin or orange, do you think of the color orange? I don't. I think of the color blue. Don't ask me why. Um, Emotion. So, what emotion does that fragrance evoke? Remember, fragrance connects you to your memories. Memories are emotion. So, it doesn't matter whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. You are going to have an emotion that pops up when you smell every single fragrance you smell. Notes. What notes do you smell? This one was a little complex, but basically, like, what do you think it is? Just keep it simple, right? And then texture. So, does it smell velvety? Does it smell waxy? Does it smell shiny? Does it smell dull and lifeless? Because there are some that smell like that. Around the Campfire is one of them. Um, but when you're doing your fragrance description, you want to take the color plus the texture and maybe create the feeling of the emotion in the note fragrance. Does these sound familiar? Orange, smooth vibes create a feeling of freshness in this mandarin fragrance. Do you see now how Scentsy names its wax and describes its wax? They use this formula. All right. But it doesn't stop at scent, right? Because we're Scentsy, right? So you then have share and you. So share, how can you share the fragrance? How can you share your fragrance expertise? By the way, I don't call myself a Scentsy consultant anymore. I'm now a fragrance expert because I feel like Scentsy empowers us to be experts in our field. And how can you make what you learn in this experience or in your daily lives with Scentsy, how can you make it your own? How can you take what you learn and make it work for you? Not twisting it, not diluting it, but just putting your own spin on it and making it yours. All right. What works for others? Planning a fundraiser. My star director does like 9,000 PRV fundraisers like 55 million times a year, it seems like. I haven't been able to get a single fundraiser successfully, so I'm a little jelly, but maybe it's just not for me, right? Like everybody has their own niche of where they're best used in the business. But planning a fundraiser, it's super easy. I love raising money for businesses, which is why it baffles me that I can't get any Scentsy fundraisers. But maybe I'm just overthinking it. You've got animal shelters, rescues. You have school programs, police associations, fire stations, food banks, churches, family rescue shelters, or like domestic violence shelters. I know those are a little bit harder to get into because they keep it really hush hush, but reaching out to your community, the money doesn't have to be done, the event doesn't have to be done at the shelter, obviously. Um, Biggest thing is identify the purpose of your fundraiser. Are you doing a fundraiser because you want 9,000 PRV? Or are you doing a fundraiser because you want to give more than you take? You want to give back to your community and you want to enrich in the lives of others with fragrance. Because the big difference in wanting the PRV or wanting to help your community. Sure, the PRV is nice, but what does the PRV do if it was only for you, right? How are you living Scentsy core values of generosity, simplicity, and authenticity if you did it for the money? In short, I mean, I know you're going to give your commission away, but 9,000 PRV still helps something. It helps a promotion, trip points. I mean, but keep it simple. If you're new to fundraising, focus on a single Scentsy product like Scentsy bars, Scentsy packs, or scent packs, Scentsy buddies, buddy clips, scent circles. I mean, there's a ton of products you can do, right? Um, and start small. Instead of starting with a whole school, like your entire local high school or middle school or elementary school or all three, start with like a school club. So, are your kids in volleyball club? Are your kids in 4-H club? Is that still a thing? 4-H. I mean, are you? If you don't have kids like me, Do your nieces and nephews, are they, or your cousins, or your godchildren, or your neighbors, or your best friends? Um, Start small. One group, one small club, and then next season maybe move up to a whole class, like the whole eighth grade, and then maybe the next season the whole school, and maybe the next season the whole district. And eventually, you're going to be like so overrun with fundraisers that you're going to be like the Cincy fundraising king or queen. We'll simplify that: the Cincy fundraising monarch. That way, we're all inclusive. But remember, you got to crawl before you can walk, you got to walk before you can run, and you got to run before you can fly. So don't think tomorrow you're going to go have a 27,000 PRV fundraiser. I mean, if you do, please call me. I don't care what time of day it is. I will rejoice with you. I will cry with you. I will celebrate with you. But aside from that, make sure you get your sellers accurate, or make sure that your sellers get accurate information for your customers, because follow up. What good is 27,000 PRV if it's one time? And keep it simply Cincy. Kiss, right? The whole keep it simple stupid. I don't like that. So keep it simply Cincy. And what do I mean by that? I don't mean selling products. I mean our core values. Keep it authentic, keep it simple, keep it generous. Be yourself in everything that you do. Don't overthink it, because I promise 99% of this PowerPoint came from Workstation. I copy and pasted, I screenshotted, and that's it. And then generosity. I know it's usually give more than you take, but I like don't do it for what you get. We hear give more than you take so much that I think it loses its value. So come up with your own definitions of these three words. What does it mean to be authentic? What does it mean to be simple? What does it mean to be generous? And write that on your vision boards. Write that on your mirror so you see it every day. Another thing about me is I'm really big in manifestation. I believe in speaking things into existence. Guys, SFR, I said I'm going to be a director by Christmas, and I did it 2 months later in September. So I did it 2 months early. It's not impossible. Your dreams are 100% attainable. You could be a superstar director 3 months from now. It may not seem possible, but I promise you, if you do what you're supposed to, you put your nose to it, and I'm gonna stop myself. Don't let what I'm saying discourage you if you've got a lot of stuff going on. Please take care of yourself first, but just know your dreams are possible, and the timing that it takes could be 3 months, it could be 3 years, but go at the pace it takes you to go. Just don't be discouraging on yourself. Don't give up on yourself, and don't say I can't, because can't never could. Okay. So again, there's my information. If you guys have anything, if like, I know that Dawn's super unapproachable, so like if you just can't go to her about anything, feel free to call me. I'll be your best friend. Um, but guys, it was truly an honor to be here with you guys. I appreciate the opportunity, and go Cincy.